All right, this is different.
It's very different.
Is better than better.
It's tipped, yes.
Oh, good Lord.
And I know the curtain's open. Oh, lots of things wrong. Have you turned your phone on silent? Don't know that I have.
Right.
Anyway.
Anyway, Victoria.
Yes.
One of these days.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Feel It Real Fun for We on the 3rd of October 2023 with TTMV.
That's right.
Yes.
Cool. If you get gold from today's show, statestacking.com. Go there, do that.
Oh,
so
yes.
We're not talking about Manifesting Mastery course anymore, right?
Okay.
Statestacking.com.
Cool.
All right.
And it's Neville Goddard Stops Time.
That's right. You didn't tell them the other things.
No, I was just introducing the title, and then I always move into the other things.
All right.
But I'll ignore manifestingmasterycourse.com and
That's
say,
right. I'm
go
trying
to
to,
easy manifesting.
I'm not trying to make you wrong.
easymanifestingmethods.com.
Why, you guys?
Hello, Galaxy.
Galaxy. I saw Lisa and LaRock.
Hello, Lisa.
Ha, Tony Doyle.
So we're skipping, and then we go to Dream Driven Day October. You have, I don't know, a week, if that.
Yeah, we start in 1 week yesterday.
1 week, so 6 days.
6 days.
Yes.
That's right. Hoo-ha.
That's right.
We got some amazing people that have joined up, like Gaza and Tony Doyle.
Gaza!
Yeah.
Oh, good on you, Gaz.
Hoo-ha. That's
Cool.
right.
And Tony Doyle, yeah, ace. It's going to be a great.
We got a hell of a good crew.
DVD.
And hey, you guys that just want to dick around and wait till February, go ahead. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. It's an option, right? Anyway, people options or whatever, right?
And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
All right, so I've got a story to share this morning. You're not going to see Emmett, but maybe you'll see some photos later on.
No.
Because as of, so
8
up
a.m.
until 8 a.m. this morning, he looked
2
like...
hours ago.
2 hours ago, Emmett looked like a washed-out rock star, like a member of
A
the
rock
Who,
band,
right?
yeah.
You could barely see his eyes. He's got fur all over the place.
Yeah.
He just looked like continuously
Poor
stoned.
boy. I know. And he was eating his knots out of his fur, and you'd have to shower him
it was
every
horrible,
2 days.
right? Because we couldn't get a hold of Siggy, the dog groomer. So it turns out she had a lot of shit going on, right?
And been really busy. So,
And been really busy. So here's what happened, gang.
Yeah.
Siggy gave us earliest possible appointment, 8
Yes.
o'clock in the morning. Now, who knows what the problem is with 8 o'clock in the morning?
Here, traffic.
Oh, yeah. So we live on, we've got our lovely little estate. We've got a nice, big, thick house. We've got a steep hillside. We've got a nice, big fence.
Yes.
We really can't hear much of the traffic, but it's still there from like 7 to
If you
9.
want to leave.
Right.
Yeah.
If you want to leave, there is no way you're going to make a turn against traffic.
Yeah.
And if you turn into traffic, well, it's going to take you a while to get to wherever you're going.
Via the hospital.
Yeah, pretty much. So, we've got a little story about Neville Goddard stopping time, and I'm going to tell you how I got Emmett in record time
To Ziggy.
to Siggy's.
The dog groomer.
That's right.
Okay.
So, Victoria.
All right.
Let us begin with the
Dive
Neville
in with
Goddard
the
quote.
Are we doing this entire quote?
Yeah, we'll do it all. You don't have to type it all in, though.
Okay, I won't then. So, Neville says, if I'm still in the machine, I think the good things come only by accident or chance. How matrixy is this?
Yeah, absolutely, right?
Anyway,
so,
yeah.
By the way, you ever talk to someone, oh, that guy's lucky, right? Yeah, bullshit, right? Anyway.
Yes. Let the wheel turn, for each must go through all the furnaces until he awakens and sees the whole universe as infinite response.
By the way, we've got one person in Triple D right now who's had a lottery win. We had another one that had a 6-figure lottery win a while back. So maybe you can fiddle with that. All right. Cool.
Don't lean on that.
All right. So,
Yes.
so I want you to get this. When you start getting that you're not in the machine, you stop waiting for luck.
Not touching it.
All right. Cool. It'll be the transformer. The cable will be loose.
Oh, that one over there.
No, there's a little black box down there.
Oh,
If you can squeeze that, that'd be great.
You have to hold
All
that
right.
for 1 sec.
I think good things only by accident or chance. Let the wheel turn, for each must go through all the furnaces until he awakens and sees the whole universe as infinite response. Right? Oh, this starts to get really, really good. Continue, Victoria.
The day will come when every person at a certain degree of awakening will freeze an activity within himself, and as it comes to a stop within him, that whole section is dead.
Yeah, skip the next one and then keep going.
Yet you will see leaves in midair not falling, and people moving in space will cease to move, but will not fall. For as you stopped the action within yourself, the whole thing stopped.
So years and years ago, I started playing with time distortion. And the way time distortion is traditionally taught by different people in the NLP world, it's about distorting your perception of time. And I noticed that there were actually people like martial artists and combat veterans that actually experienced something very different than just changing their perception of something, right? So you get what Neville's saying here. He's taking a walk in the park, and the people and the leaves and the shit stops. So before I talk about me going to Siggy's this morning, right, so I just want to toss this out for you. Have you noticed the people around you? Some of them are always running late. Some of them never have enough time, never have enough time. Others take forever to do anything, right? Yeah, yes. And some of them just have to cram everything they can at every moment to make sure that something doesn't escape them. Right?
Before I die.
Before, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's an interesting thing to notice. So we can begin with just the thought. You give life to different kinds of experience around time. Right? We'll just sort of wiggle into this a little bit. This is called the glaze on the donut, where I come from. Right?
Crispy Kringles.
Sorry, yeah, something like that.
I always get them mixed up.
You do, but you see, you can tell what does she get for her Christmas?
Because I only get them once.
Yeah, that's right. Here's your Christmas donut. That's right. So say that thing about you'll see the leaves again.
I know, because
this is a good one.
I've had 2 experiences in my life with this sort of thing happening to me, but yet you will see leaves in midair not falling, and people moving in space will cease to move, but will not fall. For as you stopped the action within yourself, the whole thing stopped.
All right. So here's some real useful distinctions. Ready? You don't have to silence your mind. Your mind's job, let's just call it the thinker. Right? Can we do that? Do I have your permission? Can we call it the thinker, Victoria?
Yeah, I think that's very good.
I think that's very good. The thinker's job is to what?
To think.
Very good. Right? Then we've got this other thing called the emoter. Yes. Right? What does the emoter do?
Feels emotion.
It feels emotions,
yes.
Right? It's got these different bits of you have different jobs. You're the silence that notices the sound of my voice, the thinky that the thinky do does, the emotive that the emotive do does. Right? You are the stillness, the silence that notices this. You are not the machine.
Yeah, you're the noticer.
Right? Everything is within you. You're not. You're now. Here's the cool thing. We've got an exercise, and you quoted it well. To notice the noticer. This is in ManifestingMasteryCourse.com.
Thank you.
The ones for about 10 days before and 10 days after are really important too, right? Because they aren't standalone lessons. But this whole thing about noticing the noticer isn't observe the observer. Observe. I'm making observations about observations. I'm a real dickhead when it comes to making observations about real dickheads. Right? It's a very different thing. Noticing the noticer has you, the silence that you are. Notice the silence that you are. Making endless observations about the observer that makes endless observations. It just gives you just clutter. Right? Christina, yeah. The meaning-making machine. Hoo-ha. So, if I am still in the machine, I think good things come only by accident or chance. So you'll never guess what happens today, right? So I got to leave the compound. I pull up, and good Lord, right? So I can turn and go with traffic, or I can turn and go against traffic, right? Going against traffic means I have to cross the traffic that's coming at me to kill me, and fit in with the traffic across the street that's going in either direction that could smash into me. Right? And so I pull up, and I just experience this profound sense of what I am. Let's call it stillness. And everything stopped, and I pulled out. And then everything continued, and I kept going. Now, there's some really cool shit. Like, way back in the old days, I found some film footage of the old Aikido master, the founder of Aikido. And there's footage of him, doing his thing with people. And then suddenly he's, like, flipped around and moved 180 degrees, and he's moved 2 feet. And people say, oh, there must be some missing frames of film.
Yeah, or it's on strings that have hoisted him up and landed him back down.
Exactly.
Yeah, got you.
Now, this guy did all kind of miraculous kind of things. He understood stuff. Right, but and people say, well, that didn't happen. Obviously there's some missing frames of film. Mm-hmm. But if you look, everyone else is exactly where they were, and he's just gone ploop, and people smashed into each other because he was like 85 years old, and they were young and tough. And if he didn't bloop, he just would have been crushed. Right. So I want you to get how cool this is. Whenever you give rise to everything. The whole universe is infinite response. People talk about the whole time-space continuum thing. Have you ever noticed some people, they just sprawl over everything and everyone, everywhere, all the time? They just sprawl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't get that they can give life to time or space. They try to steal yours.
Yeah.
Right? On the other hand, Lisa and LaRock, you give rise to everything. Everything. You've got some options. There's all kind of ways to fiddle with this, but you only fiddle for fun, because when it comes down to it, from what I can tell, you are the stillness. You don't have to meditate to still your mind. You can meditate if you want to, but you are the stillness. Don't try to still the mind. The thinker's here to think. The feely emoty thing is here to feely emoty stuff. You don't have to control either one of those. Right? You get to just notice what you are, and you get to let things unfold. So, any questions or comments, Victoria or the gang?
Yeah, well, I said I've experienced this twice in a way in my life. But once remember how much I love swing tennis?
Yeah.
Now, do you call it swing tennis in the US?
I call it crazy.
Well,
it's a tennis ball on a stick.
Tennis ball on a string
on a stick.
On a spiral top stick, where you can go there and whack it like 100 mile an hour one way and then try and hit it back. And when I used to play it, cheapest, I'd whack it so hard and then I'd be like, oh my god. But it was, I don't know, some people might say, yeah, you were just like, you're in the zone, in the field, you could say, with that advance thing. But it was like, I swear, I would hit that so, there was a couple of times where I'd hit that so hard to myself, even there were times with you, but that ball slowed down so much as it's going round. But it was coming at me so fast. But in my reality, it was just slow. And I had all the time in the world to set myself up and hit it back. Now, I know it didn't stop. But I really got how, wow, it's like yeah. It was. I was just there. There was nothing else that existed. That's almost like the feeling of it to me. The 2 times was like nothing else existed in my world but just that. And it was that feeling or that sensation for me that facilitated that.
Yes.
And the other time was just when I'd taken time out in my 20s to make beads. The
Sure.
the modelling clay beads and stuff, and I used to love it. And I'd left my full-time job, got paid out loads, and would just sit in my sunroom looking out at the day, and I'd make all these beautiful designs in modelling clay. But there was this one morning where I remember I was just so immersed. Maybe that is actually perfect word. Just so immersed in the moment that the moment almost ceases to exist time-wise. And I was doing this, and I remember looking out, and it was like, God, maybe an hour had gone by in our linear time. I don't know. But I remember, and I wasn't drunk, I wasn't on drugs, nothing. But I remember looking out my window, and I swear there were butterflies that were, excuse me, 30 feet away. And it's not that they were closer, but it was like I could just see them so clearly. I was just so there. It was just incredible.
So, have you ever noticed that sometime when you're talking, people are elsewhere?
Yes.
Yes.
I used to do that all the time.
Absolutely. I've never done that during the show.
Sorry, you were elsewhere then when I was talking, were you?
No.
All right, okay.
But just mentioning, right?
Yeah.
But this is what's really cool, because they're present. It's present is not a thin slice of time or experience. Present is everything. It's about what you truly are. Whenever you experience that you are the silence and you are the stillness, all speeds, all times, is possible. I pulled out impossible traffic, 8 o'clock in the morning, Kringle Drive. That is called impossible. When we have people come here to work, they pretty much refuse to come at that point in time, because it's like, radio, I'll never get in.
Yeah.
Right? Or if they do, they got to plan their route so they can get in. It's really, really crazy up there.
Yeah.
But at 8 o'clock, I went up, everything stopped. And I pulled out. And then everything started back up again.
Yeah.
Now here's the cool thing. I could have gone the other way. I just... What happened?
And one other
Go
thing,
ahead.
just really briefly for the remarkable people here, but it's like when I was saying on the call right at the end about how the garden supports me, it's almost like when I go out and just look at the garden, it brings that moment. It just brings, all I do is notice, and it's like this.
All I do is notice. She's not observing the garden.
I'm not.
She's not
giving
determining the garden.
or thinking about what I'm doing there. It's just when I just be in that, this is what happens.
The dance of stillness. Cool.
And you, babe, sorry.
No, that's fine. This is good stuff.
Yeah, cool.
I started playing with this with martial arts because when I read about the old Aikido guy doing this, and I already had some interesting experiences of my own. I thought, this is fun, and so so whenever you start to explore, here's the thing: people say, start with something small because it's easier. Start with something you're familiar with because you'll be able to do that. It's like, right, if I'm familiar with a goldfish and I'm not familiar with a dog, I'm not going to imagine petting a goldfish. If I want to pet a dog, I'm going to surrender to petting a dog and then watch the dog show up, right? Or go find one. And it's one of these things where people talk about, this is outside of your control. This is outside of your domain. And I'm not a fan of control. If anything, here's what happened when I pulled up to the road. I didn't let traffic control me. I did it by noticing time. I had plenty of time to pull out. So I went from making it about traffic. Oh, fuck, man, I'll never get out of here.
Yeah.
Internal dialogue, right? To just noticing it's not about traffic, it's about time. It's about me. And the stillness of me just goes, radio. The stillness I am. And then pulling out's easy. And then traffic resumes. Sometimes I wonder about the people, like, I pull out and then suddenly there's a fucking bimmer in front of people. It's like, where'd that guy come from? That's right.
Never saw him.
Yeah, exactly. My friend Bill, Bill is my long-term training partner. Him and Perry Culver used to have to put up with my weird shit. Because I'd drop out of time and smash him. And I'd do it at quarter speed. And it'd be like, how do you do that? It's like, I'm just having fun. I'm having the time of my life.
Yeah.
So, dropping a lot of hints here.
Yeah.
Thinking about doing a call on this. If you think you might be interested in, a call where we, let me know. Right.
Very cool.
Right. I think it's worth the time.
Time of my life.
That's
so
right.
Tell us, what was your hashtag? Strawberry bit.
That is right.
I really like that. I'd like to think more about it, enjoy a call on it, the time of my life.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
You'll notice we talked about we share some of this stuff in Remarkable and in Dream Driven Day, but there are these things that you can notice, like some of the most brilliant people I know on the planet make movies, and when you watch two people like meet and fall in love in a movie, they distort time, slows down, stops. An eternal moment is shared. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, you want to watch a couple break up? Yeah. There's like time back and forth. Right, that's called marriage counseling. Yeah, it's a guaranteed way to break up your relationship. Right? It's like look at him and tell him how much you hate him. Look at her and tell her how much you feel about what you don't like that she does, just like crazy shit. Versus like, right, what if you just shared some timeless moments together? What if you just shared time together? This is what happens when we step out in the garden together. So, boom.
That's what happens every night when
we sit out. We sit out there every night.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes there's a little bit of ball thrown for the dog. Sometimes a little bit of like, give it me. It's mine. I tell him. I said, look, it's my ball. I paid for it. I got the receipt. The Amazon guy brought it to me. Right? And Bruce goes, my ball. Yeah. There's some of that, but it's timeless. All right. So, I guess that's it. We're out of time.
While you type in your hashtag story bits, go to easymanifestingmethods.com.
Well, Emmett's having the time of his life.
Isn't he?
That's right. I'm working out his frustration.
DreamDrivenDay.com. Join up. 6 days to go or something. And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
That's right. Now we talk about, did we talk about state stacking? Statestacking.com.
That's what it is it called? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Statestacking.com.
That's right.
Excellent. Okay, you guys.
Have a lovely day, everyone.
Yeah. And we'll catch you Friday for your manifesting questions. Our Friday, your Thursday.
That's right.
Your manifesting questions answered live.
Unless you're right down the road from us or sitting in traffic when we do the show.
Then it won't be live. Is that what you mean?
Oh, then it'll be there.
Before time.
Right. Something like that. Australia's 24 hours 48 hours